all seemed a bit new age. Certainly nothing like academic or business conferences where music is reserved for cocktails and dancing for late nights on the town. But I'm glad I overcame my trepidation. It allowed me to connect with a group of creative, thoughtful, energetic people. And that's always a day well spent. For my part, I tried to provide some insight on the conference theme, the kaleidoscope mind. I'm frequently asked, where do you come up with those ideas for Engines episodes? Well, here's the secret. I'm always on the lookout, and if I think of something, I write it down. That's because over the years, I've learned an important lesson. A kaleidoscope creates its images with reflection, but it all starts with shiny things at the bottom of the can. I'm Andy Boyd at the University of Houston, where we're interested in the way inventive minds work.
A transcript of this Engines of Our Ingenuity episode, number 2747, is online at uh.edu/engines. Additional episodes are available by podcast.
8:51 Thursday morning here on KSJE. We're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about tourism in New Mexico. We know in this area what a big impact tourism has in the Four Corners region. Jim Walton is joining me live this morning to talk a bit about his job with the New Mexico Tourism Department and the budget that is being requested from the state legislature in Santa Fe. Mr. Walton, good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Good morning. I appreciate you having me. I'm the new public information officer for New Mexico Tourism Department, and right now we are pushing through a big budget. We want to see if we can't get this from a recovery standpoint into a growth standpoint, and we are in recovery in tourism right now. I think that might come as a surprise to some people, but we're actually doing pretty well.
Right. Higher than the national average. Isn't that true of the hospitality industry here in New Mexico?
Yeah, and by 2 percentage points, which that sounds small, but it's when you're talking about billions of dollars, 2 percentage points that's a lot of money.
Right, right. And I think the other stat that I noticed was that 92% of New Mexicans working in the tourism hospitality industry are back to work after the pandemic. Or
that's right.
At this part of the pandemic. I don't want to say it's over when it's really not over, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're almost 2,000 jobs. Yeah, almost 2,000 people are back on the job in the leisure and hospitality industry, which is a really exciting, and I think that's very telling about what tourism has done for our operators, our partners, for those who are working in the tourism industry. It really says a lot for the partnership that we've been able to garner with them. This is an exciting time where we've been able to help them provide businesses with coaching services, also the saving of the jobs, and we've also helped tourism-related businesses obtain 467 equity investments totaling $51.1 million in financial aid, and that includes grants as well. And we've repositioned our marketing efforts to focus on preparedness through the Recovery Readiness Initiative. Through this initiative, we provided technical assistance or content production services to over 150 times to New Mexico tourism.
Wow. And so with this budget proposal, you are hoping, your department's hoping to get more money to be able to, I guess, position the department for, a time when, and again, we're hopeful that the pandemic is maybe easing and more folks will be thinking about traveling. And when they think about traveling, the idea is they think about traveling to New Mexico and discovering all the things that we love about our state. Is that kind of the idea, to be kind of ready for that
Absolutely.
Hopeful crush and influx of visitors?
Absolutely. We usually consider our competition in states, the Four Corner states. Texas, but the Four Corner states, and we also want to become a Fourseason tourism attraction. Colorado can't do that, Utah can't do that, neither can Arizona, but New Mexico, according to Joe Diaz and 300 days of sunshine here. We could be playing golf in, in southern New Mexico today. That wouldn't be a problem at all. And possibly even, in the Albuquerque area as well, it's going to be 54 degrees today. So a little chilly, but we could be on the links today. So we definitely are a four-season market, and that's something that we have ahead of our competitors, being Utah, Colorado, and Arizona.
Right, understood. Well, and from the golfers I know, 54 degrees is golfing weather for them, I think. Anything without snow on the links means it's time to go golfing for the folks that I know.
And even if there is snow.
I think that's true. Some would probably just push it out of the way if they could.
Exactly.
So that's very true. And so the legislature will be considering this as part of the governor's budget. Is that kind of how this is structured? And so what's the timeline, I guess, because we are coming to the end of the session here in the next 7 days, right?
That's right. So we're looking to see this go in hopefully by Monday. We'll see this go before and see the vote on this, and so that's why we're out pushing for it. That's the big push right now. So the 29 million it looks like we'll probably be able to get that passed, no problem. But there's an additional $20 million, which will take us through the rest of the year. So the 29 million would give us about 6 months, and the fiscal year starts in June.
Mm-hmm.
So that would begin, in June, and then somewhere around Christmas in January, we'd need to bump that up one more time, and that's that additional $20 million that we're asking for. That's going to be very imperative to turning this into a four-season market, and also generating the type of revenue that will turn us into growth rather than just recovery.
Right, and there's been a lot of talk, I know, in San Juan County, in the Farmington area, as well as across New Mexico, about outdoor recreation, and that goes hand in hand with a lot of the things that you are talking about, right? Is a lot of travelers are looking for these vacations that have experiences, and I don't think any state offers as many experiences as New Mexico when you're talking about being outdoors.
Yeah, outdoors, but also the cultural experience that we have in New Mexico as well. So we're looking at, a new outdoor market and creating and generating more revenue from our outdoor experiences, and then also for the cultural traveler. To me, Chaco Canyon is one of the most amazing places that I've ever seen, I've ever been, and that's the sort of place that the cultural traveler would be mightily interested in, and so it's kind of a twofold approach on this for the cultural traveler.
Very true.
And outdoor adventurers.
Right. Well, that's true. Something for everyone, I think, is what I'm hearing you say. So very good. Well, Jim Walton, thank you for joining me this morning. We are almost out of time. I guess if folks feel passionately about this, they should talk to their legislators about these bills that are coming up for discussion in Santa Fe.
That's right. Please talk to your legislator, talk to your folks that are representing you in Santa Fe, and please let them know, hey, we believe in this and we want to see this happen. So we'd appreciate your support.
All right. Well, thank you for your time this morning. Again, congratulations on your new job, and hope we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Jim Walton. He is the new Public Information Officer for the New Mexico Tourism Department, my guest this morning here with me on KSJE. Have a great day, everyone. Appreciate you joining me. Back with you tomorrow morning for our Solutions from the Street program with Megan Cullip, 8:10 a.m. Fridays on KSJE.
Hi, I'm Sam Payne, host of The Appleseed, an hour filled with stories for you and your family. And we're not talking about news stories here. We're talking about fairy tales and folk tales and personal stories and family